Good?
Good.
All right. You ready, Mr. Artist?
Okay, sir. The Prime Minister, the Office of the Prime Minister, just announced that your colleague, Mr. Saldivar, has been reinstated to full duties. If you're able to just share a basic idea as to this legal opinion, I know that cabinet business, the specifics are confidential, but if you could just share with us your understanding of what the outcome of that legal opinion was.
Well, as I understand it, and yes, you are right, but the Prime Minister has shared us, and the opinion is that with respect to the company, that shares were not issued. And so really there was no functioning company. They were subscribed, but they were not issued. So you cannot say that the man had a relationship, a business relationship, because the company was just paper, no shares was issued, and as a consequence, there could be no relationship. That is my general understanding. I'll say no more on the matter because it's a very legal thing, but that is my understanding.
Sir, but having a document which says that shares, even in a defunct company, shouldn't that have been something anybody would have wanted to disclose? Say I'd give you everything, there's nothing to hide.
But the man said it's from September, and from September he said I had no further business relationship or no business relationship, and if that is what the opinion says, that is not a business relationship, I have to accept that.
Okay, and then sir, are you able to tell us if the topic of the seismic testing consultations came up, and give us a basic, what you can.
The cabinet said long ago, from last term, that in fact there is going to be a moratorium on all of this, and there is a moratorium on it, and that in fact, as I understand it, the NGO community, especially Oceana, was going to submit to the government some conditions for lifting the moratorium. The moratorium is a policy, it's not a law. But the government had agreed that in fact they would do two things. One, they would ban is the word, any sort of exploration in World Heritage sites, and also within a kilometer of either side of the reef. And some coordinates for that needs to be determined because it is not linear, the reef is not linear. But in other sites, of course, the protected areas, you need EIA. But government has undertaken that there's going to be a moratorium, and that is exactly what it means. One of the conditions that I have seen is that for lifting of any moratorium is that you would bring in some expert who would look at the economic cost benefit of lifting it if you want. But then I ask the question from my own technical and engineering point of view, how on earth are you going to know what the benefit would be if you don't do a study in the first place to find out what is there? And my understanding of the seismic was just that. It is not going to, the experts have said it's not going to destroy anything. It was just a map out there, and it's a part of a mapping that's coming down all the way from Mexico, as I understand it, to say, well, what is there? Sometimes in this country, we have to be frank, and I don't want to make anybody feel bad and so, but my position is we have to, in this country, start to make decisions on the basis of good evidence and good facts, man. This emotional drive that we have to everything where we huff and puff is not good, because it destroys potential possibilities. If you do not know what is there, then how could you ever make a proper decision? It's not drilling anything. Nobody was contracted to drill. It's not a big ship out there doing some studies. And as far as I'm concerned, proper information should have gone out there before everybody is jumping up and down and huffing and puffing.
So do you believe that the original decision by Cabinet was hasty and misinformed?
No, I don't think so at all. Cabinet said there was going to be a moratorium, and with respect to the seismic, I don't think it was misinformed at all. I think it was well informed, but circumstances are what circumstances are.
Good, thank you very much.
Nothing on agriculture? Lord, man.
You got anything to tell me?
Well,
Jeez. When I took the police, the first thing they're gonna ask me is, what are your plans? When I had natural resources, what are your plans? You're not interested in agriculture?
What are your plans for agriculture?
I will tell you. I'll tell you with time. Now we're gonna grow. We're gonna get on growing. That's what we're gonna do.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.